Buenas tardes. So we're back here in Bogota. We didn't get a chance to check out the Gold Museum yesterday, so we're back down here. Let me check it out. It's supposed to be like the #1 attraction here in the area. Just checking out some of the little wares they got here on the outside of the museum.
Spanish?
Sí,
Bienvenidos a Colombia.
gracias.
Mira, trabajos totalmente elaborados a mano en bronce, cobre y piedras naturales.
Okay.
Los sombreros, mira, te voy a mostrar.
Okay.
Mira, si el sombrero fuera sintético,
Okay.
no lo puedes doblar, ¿vale? Mira, pierde su horma.
¿Y cuánto cuesta?
Ese sí sale en 50, bebés.
¿50?
50, sí señor.
50.
Lo puedes averiguar aquí en la galería salen 120.000,
Okay.
pero te lo dejo en 50.
It's alright, it's alright. She's saying they're cheaper here than in the gallery.
Y mira, así lo puedes utilizar como pava para la playa o así con su horma normal, ¿vale? Al sol, a la lluvia.
Okay, it's 50 something.
50, pero te lo dejo en 40 para que lo lleves.
She would do 40. She would do 40 for you.
Mira, un regalo.
Oh,
Un regalo, ¿ok? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Nathan.
Leiter. Listo, ok. Listo, Leiter. Vas a pedir un deseo, nada material, espiritual o sexual, ¿ok?
Okay, gracias.
Que has protegido para siempre. Lo más importante, la familia, la honestidad y el amor. ¿Listo?
Gracias.
¿Tú, linda? ¿Ella habla español? No, ¿cierto?
No. You want to take
No, regalo.
It's a gift.
Ven, ¿cómo te llamas? What's your name?
What's your name?
Pauline.
Pauline.
Paul. Bienvenida.
You're welcome.
No le digo porque no me entiende.
Lady I was just talking to there gave me a nice little gift from my wrist. She said something about it being good for like sexual and spiritual health. So,
Trabajados totalmente a mano en chaquiras y estos son muranos.
¿cuánto cuesta?
Mi amor, estos valen 35,
Okay.
30,000 pesos para que los lleven.
Okay, gracias. Regresamos.
Okay.
So one cool thing is the people, like the vendors haven't been very pushy out here, which is really nice. Because usually like in Mexico and other Latin American countries, like if you even look at a person that you're interested in their wares, like they will follow you for blocks at a time. But the people here have been really understanding that, you know, you're a tourist and you want to shop around for prices and stuff. So that's really cool. You know, yesterday I was talking about not getting enough practice in my Spanish and like being afraid to make mistakes, but I'm having a lot of fun just walking around, talking to locals. The Spanish in Colombia is very neutral, so it's not too difficult to understand, even if you're a beginner. I don't know if y'all know the story of Sacagawea and the Lewis and Clark expedition, but like how Lewis and Clark didn't speak any, he was Ojibwa she was. That's kind of how I am with my mom when I travel to any Spanish speaking country. All right, so we're here in the Gold Museum. It's actually only like $1 to get in, so I was having trouble finding that online, so if you're interested in visiting, it is only $1, and it's free on Sunday, so really cool to see how cheap museums are in other places. Love the Afro representation, man. That's one of the cool things about Colombia and Brazil is you have so much of that influence of African cultures. And actually, there's a nice little QR code here, Africa and Colombia. Colombia was one of the countries that received the most slaves during colonialization, so they've had a profound impact on the country for sure. So like I was saying, tickets are only like $1. So, I mean, I guess I can kind of see why it's so popular because it's such a cheap place to come and visit. But yeah, not my thing. All right, so today kind of ended up being a chalk day. We just got out of the Gold Museum a little bit ago and did some souvenir shopping over at that place over there, but it started pouring down. I guess we kind of took it for granted. We got 2 good days, our first 2 days in Bogota. Like the first night we landed, it was clear. It was really nice yesterday, but today it's just been kind of dreary and rainy. So We had planned to go to the flea market, the Mercado de las Pulgas, but apparently it's only open on Sundays. So, kind of ended up being a wasted day. We're just about to get an Uber and head to a Spanish restaurant, try out some tapas. And then I'll be going to one of the top restaurants in Bogota, which is Cacio Pepe, a little later. So basically just a food day today, man. Nothing much you could do about it. I wanted to do this favela tour, this tour of the Paraíso favela, which is one of the biggest favelas here. And it, like, all the proceeds and stuff go to like a good social cause for like renovating the barrio. But my mom's afraid of cable cars, so she didn't want to go with me. And obviously she can't speak Spanish at all, so I couldn't really leave her behind and do it. So looks like it's gonna be a chill night for our first little stint here in Bogota. We're going to Medellin tomorrow, and definitely we'll have a lot more to do in Medellin. Bogota is not as touristic as Medellin, so I'm looking forward to that. But for now, let's see how this food turns out. Just wanted y'all to see why I don't eat street food. There's literally a dude over here taking a piss in a public area. Like, I mean, this is a pretty big square, like right in front of the gold museum. And that's exactly why I don't eat street food, man, because you never know. You know, people just not washing their hands properly. You don't know what they're doing before they're making your foods. And so we just pulled up to this rather posh, trendy area, which is where our first restaurant of the night, a tapas restaurant, Tapas Macarena, is. All right, so this is the inside of the restaurant, Cafe Macarena. This area of the city is apparently called Macarena. It's very trendy, and you know, you see a lot of young people hanging out here. Our server speaks no English at all, which is always great for practicing your language. And this bread, you know, this really feels like you're back in Spain. So I ended up getting a sangria to drink since they don't have any pops or soft drinks, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. I haven't had sangria in a while since I was back in Europe, so definitely taste that I missed. Really fruity, fresh. Recommend. All right, so this is what the food is looking like. The paella can. It's a lot smaller than I thought, but it is a tapas restaurant, and these are the patatas. Apparently they didn't have like specifically croquetas, but server told me this is basically the same, so we'll try it out. And, I just had to show you what might be the Guinness Book of World Records for the smallest bathroom in the world. Like, legitimately, I'm probably one paella away from not being able to fit in here. It's crazy. So the food was good, service was good. You know, one thing I really, really love is when you go to a place and like you get to a restaurant and the server doesn't even speak English, because that's when you know you're in the right place. You're not in a tourist trap. You're in a place where the locals themselves actually eat. So we're just gonna walk around, show y'all La Macarena for a little bit, probably just a couple blocks, because I don't know if there's much around here to do. It seems to be a very like local, trendy area. See lots of little cafes and whatnot down the streets. Ooh, it looked like a Mania Bistro Peruano. I've never had Peruvian food. I've heard so many good things about it though. About it being one of the most underrated foods in the world, really. Oh, it's a gift shop. It's a little gift shop around here. So maybe there's a few tourists coming every now and then. A lot of restaurants. You know, one thing I have to say, man, I just want to get this out there, is Colombia has such a kind of bad reputation because of, you know, the drug trade and all the narco stuff. But this place is amazing. Definitely one of the most underrated places, I would say, that I've been to. Not that expensive. Food is cheap. Transportation cheap. Like, we got a 35-minute Uber drive from our hotel, which is near the airport, to the Gold Museum. And it was $2.73. I'm not even lying. $2.73. You can't even go around the corner for less than $5 in the US on Uber. So that's just insane. Food's really cheap too. The food we just had at that restaurant for 2 people ended up being like $22 or so, which for paella that tasted really authentic, and croquetas and a sangria, not bad. Yeah. So it looks like that's kind of the extent of this street. Probably get ready to head to the other restaurant in a little bit. See some more of the city. Cool thing, you can actually see Macarena up there, which is where we were yesterday. Of course, the main attraction here in Bogota. Really looks nice lit up at night. All right, so Uber just dropped us off at the next restaurant we're gonna try out, which is Cacio Pepe. A couple people on Reddit recommended this spot for me, so I'm excited to try it out. It's supposed to be the best Italian place in town. Looks like you have to walk through this little like kind of shopping center type setup, so definitely the right address. Maybe you have to walk up here. So my mom was just saying that she was amazed by how big Bogota is. About 8 million people, I think, live here. One of the biggest cities in Latin America, and I mean, it makes sense that geographically it would be so big. Okay, cool. So it's kind of like a little trendy dining, nightlife type setup. You got a little courtyard here with several restaurants. I think I saw the sign for Cacio Pepe over here. Okay, so we're here. Cacio Pepe, found it. It's absolutely packed in here. They said it was one of the top restaurants in town, and it certainly looks like it, so. Alright, so we just got to our table, and you can definitely feel the ambiance in this restaurant. It's very snazzy, upper class. This whole area really feels like kind of where the money is at in Bogota. Alright, so our first dish is up, which is the croquetas de risotto, which is pretty much just an arancini dish. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and try it out. That is amazing. That is amazing. You can taste the cheese mixed in there, the rice, everything. That's good. Alright, so the main event is here. A nice carbonara. Not with spaghetti. Looks like they used, it's not farfalle, but it's like a thicker pasta than I'm used to seeing with the carbonara. But I mean, the dish looks amazing. My mom ended up getting, she got something with shrimps, I'm not sure, or something with prawns I should say, I'm not sure what it is, but it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig into this. All right, y'all, so we're just now leaving the restaurant, and I don't know if y'all were able to hear me very well. It was quite loud in there. It was packed, really upscale, really fancy. The food was amazing. You know, when I was going to school in the UK, I was always able to get like pasta for really cheap Italian food, because Italian food in Europe, you know, is just standard. But in the US, it's kind of like a delicacy. So it's really nice to be able to get a delicious, authentic carbonara for only like 10 bucks. You know, you go to a restaurant in the US, you're paying like 15, 20 bucks for a carbonara, and they don't even give you that much. So that's probably gonna end it for tonight. It's quite dark out. Don't really want to walk around with a big camera out. But man, I really wish I could have got to see that favela. Hopefully when we come back next week, I can see it. I know I want to do Lake Guatavita as well, and the Salt Cathedral. So we'll see. Yeah, it looks like nothing much but restaurants and like residential areas over here. Seems pretty safe, but phone is getting a little low, and I don't really see much worth walking around for. Yeah, sorry today wasn't as action-packed in terms of content, but you know, this is kind of how traveling goes. Sometimes you have chill days that you don't get as much done. After all, it is a vacation, not work. I try to share it as much with y'all as possible in terms of showing y'all different places and how the locals are, the food, places to go and stuff like that. But I mean, it's just not realistic to have a Sam Colder type evening every night. Some days are chill, just like tonight. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. And I will see y'all in Medellin tomorrow. Can't wait to see what that beautiful city's like. Thanks for watching.